I'm Keith Henson. In 2007, I worked with top UK chef Patrick Thompson on his book The Essence, for which I provided all the photography. This book was shot using the Canon EOS 1DS Mark II. Now its successor is available, the 1DS Mark III, and I'm here today to show you just how that camera can help you achieve the same results and better on a similar assignment. So we're just going to put something together using a few Chinese ingredients and vegetables. We'll set the light up in a minute and start on that. So first thing we'll do is we'll just wake everything up a bit with some cold water. We'll just start to add a little bit of colour in now. So we've put together a simple lighting setup. Always best to keep it as simple as possible. We've got a little softbox above here providing some top light. We've got a larger softbox off at 45 degrees. And then behind me here we've got a silver reflector just bouncing a little bit of light back into the subject. So today we're going to be using the new EF 1.2 85mm lens. Usually regarded as a portrait lens, but it's a great all-round studio lens, full stop. And so we're going to be shooting on this today. It'll give us a nice shallow depth of field. We've just added an infrared trigger on top just to fire the lights and stop any cables trailing around the floor. So we're working with the 1DS Mark III and its 14-bit processor. This is allowing us to capture the wide range of colours contained within this scene here, from the bright reds through to the pale yellows, the whites, and even those subtle mid-tone ranges of the ochre leaves. So another great feature on this camera is the dynamic range. Contained within this scene here are some real powerful highlights on top of those pears there where the water catches, on top of the peppers, through into the shadows under the leaves. And although we're working under controlled lighting, that extra dynamic range is really going to help bring out those details and control those highlights. I know in the past I've spent hours sort of cloning dust spots out, and with the new sensor cleaning it just saves all that time. From a commercial point of view, it's just got to be worth it. So here we are in the studio, which is a natural environment for the 1DS Mark III's live view mode. We can activate it by pressing the set button. This brings up an image of exactly what the lens has seen at this time. We can now zoom in this case a 10 times magnification. We're working at f6.3, so our chosen focus point is very important. By using the 1DS Mark III's live view mode exposure simulation, we can also get a depth of field preview by pressing our depth of field preview button. So before we take the shot, we know that it's in focus, we know we've got the depth of field we need, and then we can take the shot. So one of the great features with this camera are the improved ergonomics. Gone are the days of the double button pressing with one hand twisted around your back to make adjustments. It's all done now, single button, one turn of a dial. Speeds things up, makes things much quicker. Also, the new menu. Bright, easy to see, well laid out, fast to navigate, and particularly the addition of the My Menu settings. You can now drop in some of the features you use from the menu regularly into My Menu. For instance, here I've dropped in highlight tone priority. In this image that we're shooting here, we haven't got so many deep shadows. What we have got is a lot of light catching the edges of vegetables. So we've activated the highlight tone priority, quickly and simply from my menu, taken the shot, and you can see that we've now controlled through the camera a lot of the highlights that appear across the top of the vegetables and the chilies on there. Of course, one of the standout features on this 1DS Mark III is the 21 megapixel sensor. Able to record a huge amount of resolution, huge amount of detail. On this shot here, if we zoom right in to our focus point, we can see just even on the back of the screen the amount of detail. This is going to give us a large file able to be produced at whatever size we need it to be at. Well, that's it. Another successful day with the Canon EOS 1DS Mark III.